So, you call in your epic support, and the townsfolk pour out water across the whole town square, and the alchemy plant that you worked with before brings out a barrel of Karinga and pours it out. And after a moment, the shimmering stops, and then the massive multi-armed Fomorian claws its way up through the portal and starts climbing up the ramp, arm over arm, dragging itself towards the king.
Is this the Fomorian we played with before?
Yep, they managed to get a copy of it, and then they Fey crafted it so that it could survive in the real world, at least for a little while.
Okay, cool.
And so it's coming towards the Kinslayer, and he looks at it and he's like, oh shit. And so he's going to put his focuses on that.
Okay.
Mission accomplished.
And so if you can buy it some time, it'll get into melee with him and start tussling with him. But even just right now, it's buying you at least the opportunity to take some shots at him.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. If I can.
Yeah, you're right. You're right up
clock.
next to him. So you're still in desperate position, but you won't be hit by a focus here.
Hit it with everything you got.
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to try my best. I'm going to try to bait again. And it does not cost me anything to push for effect.
Sure. Which clock are you trying to bait, or which focus are you trying to bait? Are you trying to get his martial one or his leadership one?
Leadership. His leadership. That sounds more of a good deal.
Leadership would probably fare better, yeah.
Okay.
I'm not good. I'm not the only thing in melee range of him at the moment. So.
And you're trying to bait him with emote or what?
Actually, I don't even think Irma can do that. I think she would have to go after his marshal if she were to take a shot at him.
Okay, so you're just gonna shoot at him and try and lure him into treating you as a worthy opponent again. Okay. So your guns are just threat 1, scale 1. The elixir makes them potent against his armor, so that gets you up to limited effect. And then you said you're gonna push for effect for free?
Yeah, powder burn costs no stress to push for effect when making a ranged attack against a target in close.
Okay, so sounds like you're starting at desperate normal.
Can she?
And if I remember right,
position?
you're using a salamandra, right? The little shotgun,
which is my
gun?
signature weapon.
And don't those get +1d at close range also? Yeah,
Yes.
+1d on attack rolls.
Oh snap! I have not been rolling that this entire
Cool.
entire series. Oops.
It only applies when they're in close, but yeah.
Still, that's why I took the special. Okay.
Would it make sense for you to be careful and trade effect for position?
You see, Irma, that's why I took an ability called Attention to Detail.
F you, Grigsby. F you. Yeah, actually, trading position for effect would actually be smart here because I think that she knew that this whole plan was going on, so she knew her moment to be able to take.
So you're trading position for effect by like shooting while retreating towards the monster?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're taking less risk. You'll have less effect, but
So that
You'll
gets you
survive
down
longer.
to risky limited, right?
Risky limited.
Or no?
No,
Wait,
because the push, the
No, yeah, risky
powder
limited.
burn. Powder burn still takes effect here. So does that remain at limited, or does that?
No. Powder burn is what got you up to normal. So this would bring you back down to limited.
Right.
May I set her up?
right. So it's only going
Set
to do
me
so
up.
much, but you'll take less of a consequence if you don't roll a 6.
If you can set me up, Grigsby, I'd take it.
Okay.
But I don't know if you can.
Can I?
At long range, you can't just give advice, but maybe you could spot something that could help her in some way. I don't have anything off the top of my head, but if you could be creative.
Could I take a few shots not designed to do any harm, but just be distracting?
Yes, you're in your effective range, so yeah, you could
Right.
assist.
So, all right. So I'm going to give myself one last morale point that I'm then
I think you already
immediately gonna
used
spend.
your other traditional. Yes, or last week. I could be
Yeah.
wrong there.
Oh, did I? No, you're correct. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that. So yeah, that was I already did that. So I have 2 stress left.
Yeah, so you could spend 1. You won't be able to push anymore, but at least you're...
Right. So do you think that's worth it to be depleting myself like that? I mean, I'm happy.
Extra dice on risky limited doesn't sound like a great bet. You're not preventing anything really important.
Let me just roll it and let's see what happens.
Do you want to maybe? Oh no, you already did push for effect. Are you sure you want to trade down to risky? You might want to just stick to desperate normal.
Okay.
Yeah, let's stick with desperate normal.
All right.
Because that would give me, because the thing is I am trying to knock out that guard clock.
Okay.
So going down to limited means I will definitely have lesser effect with that. So
yeah,
because they're trying to knock this guy out as much as possible.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Okay, so he's focusing on the Fomorian, so he's not going to use his guard clock on you. He's just going to let you shoot him for 2 ticks on his fight clock. And then he's going to glance down at you and stab you with his spear again for another broken harm.
Mamma mia.
Give me a second. Yeah, no.
You gonna nope that?
I'm gonna nope that.
So starting with probably a prowess resist, I would guess.
Yeah, and I think I'm gonna use Die Hard.
All right, double or nothing.
Prowess?
How else are you gonna justify it?
I think it's definitely an awareness of he is really trying to stab me and trying to kill me here. He's
I think you were already aware of that. I think if you had some cover to hide behind, awareness might be justifiable.
Flashback. That's what I'm going to assist with.
You could protect Grigsby if you want to take the consequence.
Is it broken?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm not sure how you would do that at this distance.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this technically be a resolve resist? Because I'm well aware that I am probably going to die here, but I am still trying to do the best I can to protect my teammates.
Pretty convincing argument to me.
I could see the argument for a resolve resist to keep him from unfolding the blade for that bonus damage, but just not getting stabbed is pretty clearly Prowess's wheelhouse.
No. Like resolve of, I would say she can get stabbed. I don't care. But the unfurling is definitely what I'm trying not to.
Okay, so you want to take the broken harm? Because that means you'll have to push through that for every action from now until you get healed.
Even though I'm trying to do a resist?
No. I'm saying this is if you don't resist.
What if we flash back and my setup was a survey to be like, look out, and that allows Irma to roll the resolve?
I don't think you can flash back between a consequence being inflicted and the person resisting it. I just don't feel like there's a window there. It just gets really confusing because what if you take consequences on that roll and then we start stacking stuff between those resists? So I don't think we could justify that.
It gets pretty recursive, yeah.
I am still gonna use Die Hard.
Yeah.
However, I do think that this is a resolve resist for the fact of Irma is well aware of what's going on, but she is going to push through even if that means like personal fears and stuff of like, I'm gonna get hurt here.
I think
very
I
well
think
may
you
die
you
here,
will
but
be able
that's
to push
okay.
through the psychological trauma here, but the physical trauma of having a spear inside your body is still more of a prowess thing to push through.
I don't think he's gonna give it to you there.
He's
Yeah.
not.
No,
That's the one that I only have one die in, though.
I know it sucks.
I know.
What about awareness?
Wouldn't let me do that either.
Oh,
No.
man.
No, you can resist ranged attacks with awareness if you have cover. There's a special rule for that.
I
And-
have cover technically from my pot, but like I'm
Yeah.
so
Okay.
small.
Do you,
You're gonna roll
There-
6 here.
if you have
Go.
a spare special ability, there's Baritsu, which is a special ability that specifically lets you resist melee attacks with awareness. But I'm
Dude.
pretty sure you're using all 4 of your special abilities.
I
Yeah. So I think you're gonna have to roll this with prowess and double the
It's
stress.
okay. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Right here.
I have to literally roll a 6.
Good. You can do it. I feel it.
6 on 1 die. It can happen.
Okay, hold on
That's
just a
very-
second. I'm going to verify that this is not Guardian because I'm not protecting anybody. Okay.
What happens if she
There
just stresses
is-
out, right?
Yeah, there is one other way that somebody could interfere in this. Technically, Jack could have Elise protect.
How so?
She's right there.
She is. But that requires him spending a stress, whichever I remember correctly.
No, it doesn't cause stress. It will just kill Elise.
Oh, I'm totally okay with that.
I know you're okay with that, but that's not your decision to make.
It's not my decision. NPC or someone who's gonna save your ass because I still have a lot to be able to give.
Do we lose?
Oh, is
We
he
may-
actually not there?
I think
Oh my
we
goodness,
lose.
is he frozen?
We lost Jack, I think.
No, yeah, he's gone.
Oh, all right. I guess you're on your own.
Okay. I guess I'm rolling it and we're doing double or nothing. So,
There is one thing to keep in mind as far as Die Hard. Die Hard will
Mhm.
get you from broken down to glancing hit. Unless you've got a point of morale floating around, then you're
I
not
have
actually going to be able
3.
to. Oh, okay. Then you will be able to block that glancing hit. Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3. Like, I'm not
Oh, yeah.
worried about blocking stuff. I'm just worried.
About being exhausted.
And
All right. So
No.
2 stress.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't
then
bad.
one
bit of a
morale
reference.
to reduce it, correct?
Yep.
Got it.
So he's going to drive the spear down into you again, and you're going to block it with your
Fully
pot.
laugh and chuckle in his face.
Block it with your pot and go spinning away, blasting him the whole time.
Yes.
All right. So since you succeeded with normal effect, he will switch his martial focus onto you.
Excellence. I am wondering if I should shoot him again. Is his guard clock completely used yet?
Nope, he's still got 2 ticks left.
The kaiju hitting him yet?
Yeah.
Nope. You guys, if you guys can buy it some time or lead it or anything like that, you can get it closer. You could also lead the guy to it, but yeah, they're just medium range from each other still.
Okay.
If I take any action, I'm triggering stuff, and I don't know how much more I
Right.
can. Which is fine. I don't mind triggering it if it's the right moment for something else getting triggered.
See what I can do. I mean, I'm built to set up people in Greeks, or Jack usually triggers the roll, but I can get close. You can disguise, but I don't know how that's going to help us right now. I can just also decide to go out and blaze glory and get a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, and that is worth remembering is if the king dies, this mission's a success, no matter who else lives and who dies. And if the
okay. Focus all your fire on the enemy.
and if the king lives, then he'll be able to bring all this stuff back.
Yeah. We
All right.
need to keep the heat on him.
I know. All right, I know what Grigsby is gonna do. Let's see.
Don't go dying.
Network went down. Oh no. Okay, so I am going to put on my brass knuckles and I'm gonna start like swatzing towards the big bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna just I'm gonna try and get the king to fight me.
Okay.
Grigsby.
To go from long range on the walls to where the king is a barrel roll with normal effect and risky position.
Hi guys, I'm back.
Hey, so
Yay.
Irma survived without needing any help, but is exhausted now. And Orthane ended up taking 2 ticks on his fight clock.
I'm not
Okay.
exhausted.
You took
No,
2 stress.
Yeah, I'm only at 4.
Oh my god!
You haven't been spending.
Elise almost died for you.
Exactly, that's her job.
Conservation of resources, baby.
Oh my
The
goodness.
whole point, Irma is literally the one that's going to be standing at the end, being able to finish it off because of Bait and Guardian and Die Hard.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm only at 4 stress.
Wow. All right.
Okay, well, I don't want to barrel because I'm not good at that. So, situation is this: the king is got 1 focus on Irma, and we're kind of far. Basically, we gotta close the gap.
What is the giant creature doing?
It's right there at medium range, ready to wrestle with him as soon as they can get into melee.
Okay. So for the moment, we just need to stall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so shooting him would be a really good idea, Jacques, because right now his martial focus is on Irma.
I can always set that
All right.
up.
Well,
And
I
you
could
are
take-
supposedly in range now. So
well, I'm in range of him. Question is, I have 2 stress left, so I can shoot at him, but I don't think I'm going to do that with any effect unless I push.
Yeah, most likely. You're starting at just threat 1, and he's threat 3 with armor.
Right. So that's not going to do a whole lot unless I am attempting to use shoot in order to simply distract rather than I'm
I
not
can
trying to
set you up. Improve effect when you set up with survey.
Okay. Do you have a plan?
Yeah. The plan is I'm gonna give Jack these guilt's weight bullets, and then we're gonna set him up, and I'm gonna yell really loudly, and I'm gonna insult him so badly that he feels guilty, and then Jack is gonna shoot him, and he's gonna die.
Okay, so it sounds like an emote setup action. So you're probably starting at 0 effect because you're at long range, and also you don't know of anything that'll make him feel particularly guilty. But controlled position.
So what was the effect here?
You're at controlled 0.
Controlled 0. Okay, so guess not. Okay, well, attention to detail says I have to use survey. So do I use survey here for the improved effect?
If you
Yeah, I
can think
think
of
so.
a way. Maybe there's a rock that Jack can shoot that'll drop onto the king or something. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
so-
that. Okay, I'll take a rock dropping.
Okay. Sure. So yeah, let's say that you want to try and find a rock or something he could shoot out. I'd say that's probably limited effect, controlled position.
We said that there's a bell hanging from the remains of the wall.
Ooh, bell.
And
Nice.
if I shoot out the chain that the bell is hanging from, it's going to drop on him and ring on his head.
That would be really funny. So yes.
Okay.
5.
Okay. So you're going to succeed with limited effect. So there is the bell, but he's not under it yet. And then you've got improved effect when you set up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you succeed with normal effect, and it is right over him. And then the consequence is that the troll is going to move into close range of you. So you're like, there's the bell, and you turn around to tell Jack, and you see the troll is coming up right behind him, like, Arr!
All right. Well, I feel like if I don't shoot to get that distraction, then he's going to be moving away from the bell. So I'm going to take that shot and then turn to try to help Grigsby deal with the troll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that reasonable?
Well, you are in desperate position because you're in close to the troll.
Oh, both of us.
Yeah, because you guys were next to each other after the balloon drop.
Right. Okay. All right. So.
Grigsby could do something to deal with the troll. Yeah.
Tell him a joke.
What can you do to surprise the troll? Maybe a little soft shoe shuffle.
He's like one of those fainting goats.
Mm-hmm.
Or could you hand him a flower?
Oh, I know. All right. So can I Looney Tunes like bowl it with Grigsby? Like he's like and just trying to get the troll to run past or whatever.
Well, okay. So are you trying to get him to run into the wall next to you? Are you trying to get him to just run past you to buy time for a moment? Or are you trying to get him to run off the cliff and fall into the town?
The last one.
Okay.
That's an option.
You want to do something that's going to surprise him.
So
Right.
You're trying to bait him off the cliff. I think emote would be the obvious one. I could also see survey working just fine there. You would
How about
have
a synergy between the two? So we got 3 each.
Giving you
would
6
have
dice to roll.
normal effect because trolls are dumb, and you're right there on the edge of the cliff. It's also desperate position because it will be very easy for him to knock you off the cliff.
Definitely agree with that. Let's try.
Desperate normal. 3D.
Oh, 4.
How'd it do? 4. All right. Could be better, could be worse. So he charges, and you're like, haha, and you lift up the cape, and he falls off the cliff, and he grabs you. And he takes you over the edge with him. And so
Is he surprised by the fall?
I'm sure he will be, yes. So do you want to resist that?
I can't. I'm out of stress.
Okay, so whoop, over the edge you go, and the troll looks surprised and turns to stone and slams into the ground, and you slam down on top of him and get shattered for broken harm.
Okay.
And so that's going to do 2 ticks of damage to the troll and also tick his petrification clock. So after he unpetrifies, if you surprise him one more time, he'll be stoned for good.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Can I take that roll to distract the king?
Yeah.
Since I was all set for it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
you've been well set up.
That's just 3 dice with increased effect, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and so you're starting at threat 1.
Mhm.
And then were you pushing for anything?
No, I only have 2 dice left, 2 stress left. I'm not going to use it on a distraction roll. So
Okay.
I rolled and got a 5. Sorry,
Okay.
I should have waited for you to talk before I rolled.
It's all good. So the bell falls on him, and that's going to distract him. The goal was to distract him long enough for the Fomorian to move in, right?
Yes.
Yep. And so the bell lands on his head. He's like, and he slams it down, and he turns, and the Fomorian just like grabs him up with one hand and body slams him into the ground and just starts like that scene in the first Avengers, right? Bam, 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 just trashing him.
You could say that was a dead Rainer.
But you shouldn't. But you could. So the controlled consequence is that the troll is going to regenerate from the fall and break out of his stone, and he is now menacing Grigsby's broken, injured body.
Oh, goody.
Although Grigsby, you're a golem, so I believe your broken arm is crossed out, and you still can act technically.
That's right.
Okay. So, yeah, as far as the Fomorian and the Kinslayer, yeah, he is all locked up and engaged in that battle right now.
Okay, cool.
Is he taking his martial focus off of Irma by chance or no?
Yeah, I think it would make sense for him to switch it back onto the Fomorian.
He's a little busy.
Sweet. I think that's my opportunity.
All right, shoot him in the back.
Oh yeah. Go all out. I want his focus again. Keep taking it off of me and then give it back to me, sweetie. Let's go.
So
Let's dance.
with scale 1, threat 1, and then the ability to bypass his armor, you're starting at limited again. And he's not fighting you, but he's still got his Ashva, so you're still at desperate position.
Don't
Oh no,
forget
they're not in melee of you. Sorry, so you're
Yeah.
at risky position.
I don't forget I have powder burn, so I can
Okay,
push
so
for
that bumps.
effect.
Yeah, so you're at risky
Would it
normal.
make sense for her to do something to the Ashva right now?
Take care
rather
of
than
them.
to the
Yeah.
king?
You've got scale, so you'd be able to hurt all 3 of them at once, potentially.
I could,
No, kill the king. It's over if the king dies.
but if the king dies, it's done.
I
Yeah, I
feel
don't
like
think
you're
you're gonna take
farther
him
away
out in
from
the
that
one
than you
shot.
think you
I
are.
think it would be really nice to have them gone. He's distracted.
want me to-
No, he's going to be distracted for a while. So you're going to have other chances to hit him, but you've
So
got
take
those
them
Ashva
out?
all around you right now.
Yeah. Okay. I'll take them out. Put their
Okay.
attention on me, sweetie.
So
Let's go.
you've got equal threat and equal scale. So yeah, you should have be having normal effect
Okay.
right now.
Blast them.
All right. Let's do this. 5.
Okay, so
Bye-bye.
you take out 2 of them. I'm gonna arbitrarily say this one and this one.
All right.
And the last one runs up and stabs her spike into your chest for a wound.
Thanks.
And the spike is potent versus armor, so you can't use armor to resist this. I think
how
you're out of it
many-
anyway, but just so you
Yeah.
know. It is a prowess resist.
Could at least do something about that.
Oh yeah, sorry. While you were out, we were trying to negotiate any possible way that getting stabbed in the face could be an awareness or resolve resist.
Resolve. I know I'm gonna get stabbed in the face. I give my best face towards it.
I could see a resolve resist if you want to take the stab with dignity, but you're still going to take the wound.
Right. Not the face. Not the face.
Yeah, my beautiful freckles. Would you say that I am defending Elise?
No,
No.
no.
Darn. I mean, I could totally do Die Hard.
You certainly could. Or you could resist it regularly and then pay 1 morale on the glancing hit.
That is true.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
Yep, I'll roll 1 die.
So this is not Die Hard, or is this Die Hard?
No, this is not Die Hard.
Okay.
Oh.
5 stress.
Oh.
Now you're exhausted.
I am now.
Good.
hurts.
And
Yeah.
what triggers? Oh no, I have other abilities that trigger when I'm exhausted.
Okay, so then you got to pay 1 morale to get the
Yep.
glancing hit, right? All right.
Yep.
So again, They come in for the kill, and again, you're going to defend yourself probably with your pot, I assume, or maybe with your water arms. What's it look like?
She's just beating him back with a spoon, probably like holding up the lid or something like that. It was like, that you feeds.
Okay.
My day, not yours.
So the king is not going to change their focus because of that.
Darn.
He's content to keep fighting the gigantic monster. So
Okay.
yeah, if you wanna try and take out the last Ashva, you can. It'll be
Yeah, let me
risky
do it.
greater. Yeah, risky greater this time. So you may want to trade that.
Yeah.
Trade position for effect?
Trade effect for position.
Effect per position. Yeah.
For controlled?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Come at me, bro. I'm seriously the threat.
Okay. Blam blam blam. And so they're going to whack you for a glancing hit, and then you're gonna blow them away.
Exactly.
Where have all the sixes gone? Sing,
No
had to run out at
spice
some
in
point.
life.
dry.
Oh, I'm not running out. I'm just saving it for the opportune moment.
All right, and so that should
Just
that'll
want to
probably
keep
cost you
this
your last morale, right? Unless you're gonna take it as a wound.
I have morale. That works. Did he move his focus though?
No, nope. He is
Darn.
convinced that the gigantic monster is a bigger threat than you.
Well,
Thought I was the
Gonna have to
biggest
prove
threat in
him
the
wrong.
room.
ridiculous. How much bigger is this thing than he?
So the monster is threat 5, which my dial doesn't go up to. That's the next edition, and he's only threat 3, so it is significantly bigger.
All right. So
Is
we
this
just
the
have
key-
to kill this troll, and then we can take a nap while we watch the thing kill it.
That's a possibility.
This is the king, right? Orthane?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to take him out, guys.
Yeah.
Wait, so is there something after his fight and guard clock, though?
So this little clock over here is his mutagen supply, which he has to spend because his mutation is so powerful.
Okay. He's got 4 clocks. All right.
I am surprised that has not taken out his guard clock yet.
Well, nobody's actually made an action to have it do
Yeah,
anything.
we
so they're
haven't done
just,
anything to make that
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, they're just wrestling.
Yeah. Game is built around player character actions.
Yeah, true. Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh, and by the way, don't forget that anytime you guys take harm, I gain things. So, I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to be beat up now's the time to do it.
All right. Well, we'll keep that in mind.
Thank
And so
you, I
that'll
appreciate
cost the last of your load to pull out
Yeah.
Yep.
which is why I kept it.
to do drugs in the middle of battle. Got it.
Okay.
All right, let's wrap this up. What are we doing? Grigsby is being menaced by a troll, and the king is wrestling a Fomorian.
All right. I want to think about what I can do, first of all, to surprise this troll. I'm up on the wall above, and they're
Mhm.
down below.
That's right.
That's right. Okay. Could I say that bell is right there, and I could pick it up and throw it at the troll's head?
The geography doesn't work out, but they might have
Yeah.
bells all along the wall, so there might be one near you as well.
Okay. So what would it take for that to happen? Would I need to do a survey?
I would say lift would make the most sense to drag a bell over to the cliff edge and drop it. But if you want to argue for a different action, I could see it. Survey would make a certain amount of sense.
Right. I'm terrible at both of those. So doesn't help much either way.
Barrel could apply.
Right. Just to charge forward and
Yeah.
push a bell. I do have a dot in barrel.
That would be risky instead of controlled, but it would work. It would have normal
I
effect.
do not condone this action.
You have a better suggestion, Grigsby? I'm trying to save your woody butt.
I mean, barrel. You know I'm against barrels.
You're against barrel on
Yeah.
general principles.
On principle, yeah.
All right.
If you like to roll, I'm just saying you're gonna roll low here. It's gonna happen.
Uh-huh. All right, so I have one die barrel. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just wondering if I should spend my last 2 stress to push for an extra die, which will exhaust me, which will give me some will give me critical focus that I can use against the king.
Yep.
Sounds like a pro gamer move to me.
I'm gonna use those last 2 stress.
Mm-hmm.
So bring myself to exhausted. That gives me 2 dice to roll.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
All right, you're barreling it over, normal risky.
Okay, so I'm trying to dump it on his head
but not hit Grigsby, hopefully.
Yeah, not hit. Well, that could go badly if I roll a fail. But I'm trying to dump it on his head in such a way that it's going to surprise the heck out of him. And I get a 4.
All right. Whoop. Bong. And so it's going to hit the troll, and that's going to do damage, but it doesn't matter because it's also going to petrify him for the last time.
Yes.
And then the bell rolls off and crunch lands on Grigsby's arm for a wound.
Ouch.
Oh,
okay.
snap. Isn't that the last one you can take?
No, I have one more.
Oh, gosh.
This is normal for Grigsby.
Yeah, he just gets up and he's like, oh, guess I'll need another one of those.
Yeah.
You can grow him back. Did that help Irma? Did that give you morale?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, Grigsby took a wound, right?
Yes. Sorry. No. Oh, so sad. Sorry. I gave something.
Okay. So Grigsby, you're now free to act if you want to head up the ramp. Maybe rally some townsfolk or something. Jack, you're now ready to go nuts with your
now I
critical
can
focus.
push. Now I can push for free on shooting actions.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna shoot at. Let's see if I can shoot at this critter. So I'm using critical focus and Finn the hammer.
So that bumps you up to normal. But you don't have a way to get through his armor right now, right? Or do you still have like elixir bullets or anything like that? Irma had philosopher's stone ammo earlier.
Honestly, what about Irma doing a setup action for you?
Sure.
Knowing that you were getting in a position, so her next shot is going to essentially put a crack in the armor for you to shoot for. And knowing you, she knows that you can take that shot.
Okay, so you're gonna try to focus, just spray him with enough elixir to melt his armor?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's what I'm shooting anyway with my ants and stuff, so that makes sense.
Okay. Yep. So you're starting at 0, but then you're pushing for effect, right? Do you have controlled focus or no? Oh no, you've got powder burn.
Yeah, I got powder burn.
Okay, so that gets you up to limited. And then you're in controlled position. So do you want to trade position for effect to go risky normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think I am going to try to use bait again because I don't want him focusing on Jock. That is a big thing right now. I can't afford for him to take out the sniper.
These are no wizard powers.
Ooh.
And you wait until the Fomorian lifts him up and you're like, right in there. And then the Fomorian slams him down and he crashes into you and you both go tumbling. So you're going to take a wound.
Okay.
But you do not change his focus onto you. He's going to charge back in and keep fighting that Fomorian.
Darn. I can't do that again, can I? Or it
Well,
just becomes.
you can. You'll just be at -1d because you have a wound, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got an elixir supply, right? You could treat the wound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that crosses out the wound. And now you can try again with your full dice pool again.
Let's do it. Trying to get this finished off.
No, the wizard has this time.
5.
5. Okay.
Okay. So blam blam blam. And so the consequence is going to be that while you're shooting him, he's going to stab the Fomorian for 2 damage. And it's gonna be
Yay.
like, ah! And then as your bullets fire in, he's going to use the last 2 ticks on his guard clock and release a huge cloud of assassin's bane, and it fills up the whole area, and the Fomorian scrambles out of it like, and you can see it's got like burns all over its body.
Hmm.
No. No, it's not going to happen.
You
I'm
can't
going to use
resist that.
Guardian. I can't resist it?
Oh, you can. Yeah, you could protect the Fomorian, but he didn't actually take damage from the acid. But you
Well,
can protect him from
I'm
getting stabbed.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, this is also where Elise is standing. This is where I am standing.
Yeah, you can't stop him from releasing the Assassin's Bane cloud. That's just a natural function he can do. It's not a consequence.
Science.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
But what you do notice is that every, I think it's 12 seconds. Let me check. Shiver. Yeah, every 12 seconds, there's an ultrasonic pulse that comes out of him that you all feel. It just makes you shiver, like, you know, that ominous feeling like someone walked over your grave. And for just that instant, the whole cloud turns back into liquid so that he can see you. And then it rises back up as a gas. And then 12 seconds later, it drops again. And so as it does, you see he's getting closer and closer in those moments between the gas being, opaque.
Sounds like a good time for Grigsby to rally the troops.
Yeah, let's run a bunch of civilians into the instant death gas cloud.
As it's a liquid, can I not manipulate that with being a water knight?
So while it's in liquid form, you could scoop it up with water, but as soon as he feels killing intent again, it'll just turn back into a gas, and the bubbles will just float out of your water.
So I need to shoot him.
If you can, it's going to be very difficult to land a shot in those little flickering moments.
So can you turn it to liquid and then move it out of the way so that when it turns
not fast enough
back?
No, not fast enough. Not normally.
Fast enough.
If you had improved effect, like maybe if you and Elise worked together and you had a large source of water, you could maybe scoop it up fast enough to throw it out of his range.
So I have one supply.
Grigsby, could we imagine that you could spot yourself a water tower?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Can I just like take that as my supply, I guess, and have that happen?
You can do one or the other. Yeah, you could either survey to find a water tower, or you can carry a big jug of water up the hill.
How badly do we need this water? Is it a death sentence if we don't have it? Should I roll for it?
What do you think, MK?
If you're willing to let him take the death cloud down into the town, there is still that big pool of water they used to summon the Fomorian.
Right. Yeah, that's right there.
But he's going to dissolve a lot of people and towns and structures on his way.
Yeah, it's going to do a lot of damage. If we could find a water tower that's conveniently ready to kind of fall on his him and his cloud.
Yeah, I'm going to use my supply for it. So
okay.
Water.
So you've got a bucket of water, or a jug of water, I should say.
Big jug of water, right? Like
it's not water tower size, but it's like you've got a big tank.
Enough.
Yeah.
All right. I have some water.
Now it's time
Yeah.
to barrel.
Yep, you got to barrel up the hill.
See, that's the thing. I was hoping for a water tower that then I could like shoot a big hole in.
You know what? Can I talk to the big monster? Can I give him a pep talk? Get him
Yes,
back
you
in?
can. Yeah,
Okay.
if you want to motivate the Fomorian, you can.
I think that's my best move. So I'm gonna go motivate the Fomorian.
So you're gonna go motivate the big naked flesh monster to dive into the acid cloud.
to get his stuff together and fight.
Yeah, so where he doesn't control the cloud anymore. That is
If
Yeah.
if the Fomorian jumps into this cloud, the Fomorian just dies, and then we don't have our giant kaiju monster anymore.
I would
So-
call it Deathwish greater. Like
Yeah,
if you get
don't-
anything less than a 6, it's gonna take 5 ticks on its clock and basically
Right.
die.
So we
you get
don't
higher
want
than a
to motivate
3,
it to
it's
do
gonna-
that.
Do some damage.
We need to take out this cloud before we send the Fomorian back in.
so the only thing is for me and Elise to actually try to take a shot at this cloud.
That's definitely one way to take it out. Yeah.
Hey, well, I got the water.
We do have
so-
water powers.
So do you
Yeah,
want to
we're gonna
barrel up
have
the
to-
hill to use your water that way, or what's your plan, Grigsby? To share. If you've got decent like emote or hunt, you could ask the townsfolk to carry it up for you.
You know what? I'm gonna do a control Z. I'll do a survey roll for it instead to find like a source right on top.
Okay.
basically.
I think you'd probably be starting at controlled limited, and you're gonna probably want at least normal. So you would
Mhm.
want to trade that
I mean, sure.
or push, whichever. Okay.
We'll trade.
So that'll be a risky normal survey.
Okay, here we go.
All right, you spot it, but at the same time, as you're going to spot it, you come to the town, and you see that the townsfolk are basically packing up and getting ready to evacuate. They've lost faith in you, and so they're packing up all of their resources and heading towards the harbor.
Come on, we killed most of the enemy now.
Well,
It's
all they
fair,
can
they
see
don't wanna
from the
die.
bottom of the ramp is that there is a cloud of death moving towards them.
I suppose.
So you can
Oh,
resist
ye
that
of
with
little faith.
you could resist that with resolve if you want.
No, I don't have any.
Okay.
I'm stressed out.
So
Yeah, no, let Elise and Irma try to do this, and if anything, talk with the kaiju monster, because that
Yeah, you're gonna have your moment for that
he's
soon.
gonna have to go in.
But so
he's gonna have
the
to.
water tower is up above you, and if you remember, you can only use Cocytus to manipulate water that you're touching, or that's touching water you're touching. So somebody's gonna have to put a hole in it.
Can I do that?
I imagine you can. You should. It's threat. Buildings are threat 5, so it would be really hard for you to put a hole in it with just a regular bullet.
So threat 5 to destroy the building, or threat 5 to put a hole in the building?
Threat 5 to put a sizable hole in the building. If
Okay.
you want to put a little bullet hole in it, you could, but it'll just be a little trickle of water.
Right. So we need a bunch of water.
If you still got a supply, dynamite would certainly do the job.
I believe I have. Well, let me take.
I have supply. I have one supply.
Okay.
Take out the legs of the water tower.
Is there something
got
you
it.
could pull out that you can use, Grigsby?
What does supply mean? I get stuff from my playbook.
Any item that you could pull out, you instead pull out a lot of it.
So the other option is I've only used one load. of
There you
my
go.
3.
Yeah, so you could just pull out a grenade.
So I can pull out a grenade, which is kind of in character for us.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And would that give me the scale I'd need to maybe knock out the support beams for this building?
Yeah, you would be at limited effect, but limited effect is probably enough.
All right, and I can push for free on ranged combat tracking and investigating. Does this count as ranged combat?
Yes, and actually, does sharpshooter apply here? Because if not, then you're actually at 0 to start with.
It increases my effective range of my attacks by 1.
Oh, then yes. So yeah, okay. So you're at limited, and should be probably risky, I would say, because he can see you and you can't see him.
Limited even with push from.
Oh no, that gets you up to normal.
Okay. All right.
Risky
So I
normal.
can roll 3 dice for that's a shoot roll.
Draw, yeah.
Draw. I'm sorry, draw. No, that.
Yep.
So draw. All right.
A lot of different
So 3
games.
dice.
Yep.
5.
Boom! And the water tower comes down and splashes and pours out all over the place. And now each time he shivers, the assassin's band drops into the water, but then whenever he activates it again, it rises back up out of the water. But it is all around him now. And he is going to take that opportunity to close into close range of you.
Close range of who?
Oh, actually, you've got Elise there. So actually, he's going to get into close range of Elise. He's going to just charge forward, and she's now in the cloud. So she's going to take a wound.
Okay.
In
All right,
that
so what-
moment, do I see him moving and can I take a shot?
You could try, but you'd probably be more effective doing the water bending thing before Elise dies.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, waterbend it is.
Okay, so with Elise's help, you should have limited effect to manipulate all of this water. And you are at desperate position.
He's close, isn't he?
Yeah.
So powder burn takes effect.
If it applies to water bending.
When making a ranged attack against a target in close.
Yeah, you're not making a ranged attack. You're throwing his water over a cliff.
Okay.
So, yeah, you're at desperate limited. So you could trade that up to Deathwish, Deathwish normal.
Deathwish normal and
How many dice are you rolling?
He's got way too many ticks left on his
technically
clock.
2, but if I do bait, which I have been doing, it gets me up to 3.
He's got 10
Well.
10 ticks on the clock, basically, still. But if we get rid of the bay, maybe our monster, our kaiju, can take it out.
Yeah, your kaiju's going to do a lot of damage if you can get rid of this stuff.
Yeah.
So, it's all coming down to this roll. If anybody
Right.
can think of a way to help, you probably should. Otherwise, we should just roll it.
So can I do some kind of
Hold
setup
on.
action?
Is this considered guardian as well after this?
No.
No.
Can I do a setup action? I can't assist because I have no stress.
Right.
But
I can
can
set
I just do a setup action to distract him?
I don't think he's going to be distracted by you because he doesn't think you can hit him.
Can
Yeah,
I set up
that's
and
probably true.
try to get the timing just right?
I don't see how.
It's all right.
Could I distract
So
him with
I
a grenade?
say
Yeah.
desperate limited or
Well, if you're only limited, he's still going to have some of the gas cloud.
Yeah.
so I have to go
Deathwish.
Deathwish.
Unless you've got another way to get effect up, like letting
Yeah.
somebody
So
set
that
you
would
up.
give you
Yeah.
almost a 50% chance of survival. So if I check my final load to get myself another grenade, could I do a setup to distract?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna do that if that's all right.
Yep.
Okay. So that's
Should be a normal effect to distract him, and probably desperate position, mostly risking Elise.
oh goody. Let's see. And does that count as critical focus?
Honestly-
I can push myself for free on ranged combat. Does this count?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a free push. So I'll roll 4 dice
Okay.
and a 6.
Boom! And so he is rocked by the explosion. So that'll put 2 ticks on his fight clock. And he will put his focuses onto you.
Oh goody.
Excellent, which means I can bait.
Yep.
All right, here goes nothing. So I'm desperate.
Deathwish.
Or do I Deathwish? I still need to stay Deathwish. All right, here it goes.
Yep, Deathwish normal. Okay, so you lift up all the Assassin's Bane, and you and Elise channel it up and over the cliffside. And as you're bending it, he channels the killing intent, and the gas bubbles out and burns you and Elise badly. So you are going to die. You take fatal harm. You have a resistor armor left, or does anybody else want to protect?
I can protect.
This
Go
is
on
not
there.
pushing through broken, is it?
No, you're not. Yeah, if you resist it once, then it'll be broken arm. But this is fatal.
I can resist. Can't I?
I thought you were
have
exhausted.
a morale. I do.
No, you can't resist with morale. That's the one thing morale can't do.
No, morale doesn't do it.
That's right.
Here, I'll protect. I got abilities for it. Do I get anything because it's flame by chance?
No, that only is to improve your own actions.
Okay. Oh right. So I also have not yet, but I'm out of stress from morale. Do I get anything?
Not yet only triggers if you die.
Pretty sure I'm gonna die if I protect.
Okay.
Because I have one wound left.
Yes, then if you jump in, you will take the fatal harm and
Yeah,
you'll die
don't.
instead.
Don't.
So I could jump in and die, or Grigsby could jump in and die, or you can die.
Yeah. Who wants to die? Okay, so
Protect me, Elise. Damn it.
if I die, hold on. Let me make the case. If I die, I may get one more action, and all of you can tell a story about your favorite moment with my character to get 3 morale.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but you also remember Irma has the exact same thing for that.
Oh,
It
that's
is
right.
Yeah.
But I don't get that extra free action after death.
That's true. I do get.
You do get that.
All right, you gonna take it?
Sure, I'll take it.
I did.
All right. So what does this look like? How do you save Irma from the deadly acid cloud?
Deadly acid cloud. So I guess I extend my way with my broken tree branches, and I just with my mouth kind of inhale this smoke, and then I guess with my last words I say no to secondhand smoke.
And you start dissolving. Okay. So I think you've got not yet, right?
Yeah.
So as you're dying, you get to lash out with one more action. I think you wanted to provoke the Fomorian into fighting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you could make an emote roll to get him really revved up and ready to go.
All right. So I guess what that looks like is a flashback to moments ago when a broken Grigsby was scratching the giant kaiju behind the ear or something, and the kaiju was kind of.
Yeah.
All right, come on, please. 5.
Okay. So 5 means that the kaiju is going to take 3 ticks on its clock from the desperate consequence, but it is also going to hit the Kingslayer for 5 damage for extreme effect. So he will take 3 of that on his face, leaving him almost dead. And then he'll spend 2 of that on his mutagen clock to finally use his mutation. After the first hit slams him down, it goes for the second hit, and the king turns intangible, and the attack phases through him. And he turns back towards you, and you're dead now, right? He turns to face you with his spear out, and you just collapse.
I smile on my face.
All right. Does anyone want to tell a story about Grigsby's life for 3 morale?
Don't do it, team.
Favorite moments.
Not a bad idea. So I think I'm deeply remembering Grigsby and his the power of his goofiness and how it has been incredibly effective in ways that I have found quite surprising. That somebody so goofy could be so heroic, and I think that I have learned much from this, and I will always remember Grigsby for that.
All right, Irma.
Tastes so good.
I think it kind of like comes to her as like the last little like part of one of his branches, his arms is kind of like reaching out towards her, and like the rest of it just dissolves, and it's just one of the little nubby, gnarled fingers. Just kind of like pick it up and just kind of like hold it close. And as she puts it in her pot, you know, like a single tear kind of like falls down. And she remembers one of the drives that he took her on. And
It is clunky old beater.
it is clunky old beater, but she's got her goggles and she had a little scarf flapping in the wind of her pot. And he had strapped her in kind of sort of with one of his branch arms. He just kind of like held it over because there's no seat belts, but he didn't want the pot to move. And they were just out in like the plain flatlands, kind of just going for a really fast drive, just having some fun. And that is her favorite memory of Grigsby.
All right, so you each have 3 morale to play with to finish the job.
So does that make us not exhausted, or
No, morale is for anything but resisting, and so exhausted is just if you can't resist anymore.
okay? So we're still exhausted, or I'm
Yep.
still exhausted. Okay.
Has he turned material again?
Yes. Yeah, he only turns intangible for a moment.
I think that when that tear drops, she kind of puts the finger down into her pot, like in the special place, and is gonna go ahead and unload in his face.
Just blam, 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 blam.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I think we figured out that was limited last time, right? Yeah, with the powder burn.
Can I
And-
set her up to increase her effect?
How?
Because I've demonstrated that I'm dangerous, right? Because he turned and was going to come toward me,
Yeah, he put his focus on you.
right? So, so I could.
That
do
also means if you take a setup action, he's going to get to hit you.
right. What do you
Although
think?
actually, his leadership focus isn't even relevant anymore. He doesn't have anyone to lead.
There's nobody to lead. Yeah.
So that risky consequence is probably enough to get him into melee of you and hit you with a glancing hit.
Right. I think that's worth doing. So I want to do a setup action with and just shoot any place that looks vulnerable to get him distracted by that.
So Irma needs him to be in close to do her thing. So you're actually probably going to have to charge at him,
Oh,
I
okay.
am
which means he'll take a wound.
me.
No, you will take a wound from his.
From
yeah.
just making that movement action.
Yeah, from the
I am
focus.
okay with that. Irma is at that point of
Well, no, this is Jack taking the wound
Oh,
though to
Jack.
set you up. Yeah,
Right, right,
unless
right,
you want to
set you up
protect.
I'm trying to set you up to get a really good shot.
Yep.
No, I'll take the setup for a really good shot. It's for Grigsby.
Okay, so you're setting me up to take a shot. Yes?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So
Are
you want me
you
to
just
charge it?
shooting?
I will let you do the setup action.
Okay, that's fine. So I can run up, shooting my gun.
Okay. So as you run at him, he waits until you're close, and then he just lunges forward and stabs you with the spear for a wound.
Oh, goody.
So that'll be -1d until that's treated.
Yep. I don't have anything to resist with, so well, yeah, because I have morale, but that doesn't help.
Right. If you've got load left for armor, you could use that.
I have no load.
Yep. Then you
I
just
just
take
use
the
it.
wound.
Because I just used my last load on that grenade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, you're just gonna take it, and so you get a spear through the gut, and you're bleeding everywhere.
all right, so I'm bleeding. So that drops me to 2 dice from 3, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just -1d to everything until it's treated.
Right. So it's not simultaneous. I took that wound, and now I take the action.
Right. Yeah, because it's a focus. Yep.
All right. So that's 2 dice.
And so, oh
And I fail.
no! And so, like, blam, 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 and he's gonna just take the spear and twist it and open it, and you're gonna take broken harm.
Great. I have no way to resist.
Mhm.
Yeah, I got nothing to resist with that with, so I'm broken.
Yep. And so he's gonna spend 1 tick on his intangible clock to turn the spear intangible, so that he can pull it out of you and reload it for expanding again.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah, it's a nifty little trick he's got.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you want to try that again, or are you gonna let Irma take the shot?
I'm gonna try it again.
Okay. So you've got to push through being broken to take any action, but you've
Alright,
got
can I
2 morale
spend-
for that.
I can spend morale on that, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's 2 morale, or to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that brings me down to 1 morale. And so, and what's the penalty in dice? Still 1?
Yeah. Because you still
Okay,
just
so I
got the
still
1
have
wound.
2 dice to roll here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm trying to distract him by shooting right in his frickin' face.
Yep.
Blam,
Blam, blam, blam,
Oh
blam.
my gosh.
And he just
Oh.
impales you.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
So that's going to be another broken harm. So unless Irma wants to protect, I think you're dead.
I think
Or
I'm
unless you've
dead.
got some other way to resist.
Yep.
Irma, do you want to protect that?
Can I technically do that though I'm exhausted?
Yeah, you'll just take the full broken harm.
You'll just die.
Well, no, you're not broken yet.
I'm not
right.
broken.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to take it?
And plus, when I protect a teammate, I get +1 die to my resistant rolls.
Well, but you're not resisting anyway. So if you end up broken, that means there will be only 1 more action left in this whole mission, because you only have enough morale to push 1 time.
You forget I get to push for dice for free.
Well, but you don't get to push through broken for free.
have to-
Obsessed. When
you
you
have
push
to
through
spend
broken, push for
2
dice for free.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So you want
You're
to let him break
enthralled
you
by
then?
one thing, an activity, a person, an ideology. Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna protect?
Yes.
Jump in the way here. All right. So he goes to
Yes.
finish off Jack, and you run up and just like slap him with a water tentacle. He gets angry and he stabs you instead. So you are now also broken.
I am going to take the part of the spear and I'm just going to look up as like blood kind of like comes out of her mouth as she smiles in a little goblin and pull it closer. And with that, get up real close and blow him in the face.
Okay. So how many? So you've got pushing through broken with your two of your morale from Grigsby's death, and that gives you an extra die, and then you're getting push for effect from powder burn. So you're getting all 3 pushes here.
Okay, hold on. I have to count that dice.
And that'll
gets me
be a
4 dice.
desperate limited roll. So you're gonna, since this is your last shot, you're gonna want to trade that up to Deathwish, Deathwish normal.
I have
Might as
7
well.
morale. Is there any possibility of me dumping that in there?
No, all you can use that for is pushing. It's not gonna help you if you've already used every kind of push.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get extra pushes.
Yeah, desperate. Sorry,
Deathwish.
Deathwish.
Deathwish normal.
So I'm rolling 4 dice.
If you get a 6, you live.
Oh, this is tense.
Did you disconnect? I'm so
No,
nervous. Why isn't
no.
it rolling?
I haven't touched the enter button.
Oh, blam, 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 blam. He turns intangible, and some of the bullets go through him, and then he turns tangible again, and they just tear his head off. Blop. All right. Thus
That's
ends
why I
the
rolled ones
tale.
earlier, baby. I told you I was saving it.
The town
Wow.
of Beetlejuice is safe from Orthane Kinslayer. Alrighty. So let's wrap this up super quick because we are way out of time.
Yep.
Which retirements do you two take? Jack, I believe you're becoming a legend, right?
Yeah, that's. I think that fits Jack really well.
Okay. What's the legend they tell about you?
I think of the wandering stranger.
Badass.
Just shows up from time to time and helps out as best he can and wanders off into the sunset.
And Irma, I think you decided to become a leader, right? Do you know what faction you want to become a leader in? You could become a leader back at Beetlejuice. You could become the next mayor of Crimson Bay. You could become a leader in the fairy court.
I think it would be the fairy court for the very reason of doing cooking lessons and whatnot with the queen there. But the biggest thing is like no, she'll stay in the bay.
Okay. You want to be who do you want? What do you want to lead?
Yeah, I guess after like Tom is done, she'll become like the town leader, and like
Cool.
in her office and whatnot, you'll see a little pot, her old cooking pot.
Town
And
guards who refuse to eat cookies are fired immediately.
no, it's just her pot filled with dirt and a little branch in it with like one little leaf kind of starting to come off of it.
Ah.
For Grigsby.
Yeah.
She's doing this for Grigsby.
Excellent.
Told you I wanted to be remembered.
Yeah, I think that Jack in his wandering is going to take up planting of trees.
Yep. Okay. So I think that's it. Let's we got to do the wrap up. Ray, you wanna?
Yeah. So lots to say today. First of all, if you made it through all of that, thank you. We really appreciate it. We had a blast doing this. It was a great time. And yeah, if you're on YouTube, months or years, however you find this and you enjoy this, we're so happy, and we're glad we got to share this experience with you. This has been a production of Hacked in the Dark, which is a fan sort of community of Blades in the Dark hackers that have gathered on the official Blades in the Dark Discord, of which MK is a mod, who can tell you more all about that.
Yeah, so we're a very active community of over 2,000 active members. And we have people here that create content, run games, and just help each other. And I mean, Ian's game, this wonderful system that we got to play for the last so many weeks, was helped fostered here or helped assisted to gain its feet, as well as a few other systems that we are going to be taking a look at in the upcoming weeks. So if you have a chance, come see us, come say hi, be a part of the wonderful community that we have worked so hard on. We'd love to see you.
Mm-hmm. And up next for Hacked in the Dark actual play is David's Virgins. So that is going to be starting up in a couple of weeks, so be on the lookout for that. Also, we want to give a special shout out today to Jacob, who's been our producer for the entire show. So the one who actually broadcasts. He's actually on the call. So Jacob, you want to say hello and talk about just introduce yourself, stuff like that? He's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And 100%, none of the podcast, the actual plays, none of this would be possible without Jacob. So big shout out to Jacob and all of the hard work he puts into this community, the unseen hand. So to speak.
And everyone else that helps edit and publish it up on YouTube and whatnot for you all to watch later.
Mhm.
We really appreciate our production team so much. Every single one of us volunteer our time for this, and because we love the Blades community and the offshoots and the various nature of it. So yeah.
The other thing to look for is the Hacked in the Dark podcast, in which interviews are done with various hackers and designers in the Forged in the Dark system. So aside from this actual play, that's the other side of Hacked in the Dark.
Awesome. And Ian, throw it to you to close this out. Where can they find more info about Deathwish?
So the main place I've got resources for it is at my Twitter, which is at Antifinity, ANTIFINITY. It's my pinned post and probably will be for at least the next couple of years. And that'll also have a link to the Discord there. If you also want to reach out to me, you can always go on to the Blades in the Dark Discord, and I'll be there.
All right. So I guess that wraps it up for us. Until next time, this is Hacked in the Dark, and see you later, Scouters.
Thanks a lot.